Alright. We are in the first round of this. Let's see, it's a competitive league. I don't have any trophies, but alright. I would like to play first because I mean the deck is a bit weird, but it's not that weird. Okay, so this hand has three things. There's three things we need to look out for, right? So we need fast mana is good. And then we need the combo, obviously. And we have Angel's Grace and we have Spoils. So Spoils can get Ad Nauseam. So we have the 2-card combo. And we have the fast mana. So all that needs, like, now we just can add to this with Pact Negations, etc. But this is a clear keep. I'll start out with this tapped land. It makes sense. And then we'll see if I scry to the top or not. So we already have 2 Lotus Blooms. I don't think I want this Painted Prism. Okay. Almost clicked through my turn there. So can learn a lot from the first land. Sulphurous Springs. Interesting. Not sure what he's playing. I don't think I've seen people play Sulphurous Springs. It's probably some budget deck. White border is a bit gross, but to each their own, I guess. So I don't think I want the third one. I mean, it's not that important. It's going to come in a turn later. Because he's playing this, there's a decent chance that he plays Liliana of the Veil. So I think I just want to keep this in my hand to discard in case he is running Liliana. Like if he pluses, I want to have stuff to discard so I don't have to discard one of my combo pieces. Basically. So on turn 4 we have the win if he doesn't disrupt us in any way. He's playing black mana, so it's likely that he's gonna disrupt me in some way. If he say he plays like Collective Brutality or Inquisition or Thoughtseize here and takes my Angel's Grace, I might Spoils for Unlife. But it's probably better to wait until next turn, and then end of turn I'll probably Spoils for Ad Nauseam, because you can always cast Ad Nauseam just to draw a few cards. You can usually draw a few, like 5 or 6 cards with it. It obviously depends on Spoils. I might exile a bunch of cards and lose a bunch of life. Alright, so my opponent is doing something. I can check Goldfish while we're at it. Oh, some Jeremy Jones. Sulphur Springs. Is there any deck that Mordu Planeswalkers in Vintage? What? Very interesting. Oh, it's obviously not this, but he's playing 4 Thought-Knot Sneers. This is something. Jesus. That's something else. Well, unfortunate that my opponent had to do this now. But I guess I'll go through my... I'm not sure if I can pause it. Yeah, I can't pause the video, unfortunately, so because I'm using OBS. It's a bit limited for recording purposes, but And I don't really know how to. I'm not good at editing videos and all that. So this is a nice spreadsheet made by Pyrocore, if you know who he is. He's made a few videos for this channel. Alright, so here you can see I have, well, okay, I guess it started at 27, but I have something like 700 matches played here. Let's see, and it should go down. Yeah, 700 or something. I guess 14. So I played more friendly leagues than competitive leagues, but I said that after the 100th friendly league, I started playing exclusively competitive leagues. So I've done that since. Well, we can go see the matchups. Let's see. I wanna make sure that. There we go. So here's a chart, I guess. My match or my win rate over time. It's kind of stabilized. It used to be really go up and down, up and down. I guess that's a sign of like consistency. You're more consistent when you play the deck a lot. You can see some matchups like Hexproof, Bogles, whatever you want to call it. Great matchup. Titan Shift, great matchup. Bunch of matchups that are really good, like over 60%. Some in the 50s. And then we have a few matchups. These are all really bad, like 40% win rate matchups. It's bad, right? It's like 60-40. And then there are some that are even lower, like John Shadow is. But yes, you can see Storm that's a faster combo deck with interaction. They have Ramon and whatnot. It's a bad matchup, but alright, let's go back to the matches. Okay, so it looks like some kind of Death Shadow deck, maybe. It could also be black. Could be red-black hollow one, just with a budget mana base. That's probably pretty likely. They don't generally have main deck hand disruption, but they have cards like Burning Inquiry. Oh, interesting. Grim Lavamancer. Well, they usually play Goblin Lore, but I guess he's playing Cathartic Reunion. It's fine too. Yeah, it's Hollow 1. So this is a good matchup. Because you can, as long as you like, yeah, they have 2 4/4s on turn 2. That's fine, we can just stop them from killing us. Another Pental Prism, seriously? Well, I have all the mana in the world, but I think I'll just cast this. Okay, that's a Polluted Delta though, so that's maybe they just some of the list just play one Sulphur Springs. It's fine. Don't think I've seen Grim Lavamancer and Cathartic Reunion main deck before. I guess he wants to choose what to discard. Alright, yeah, Thoughtseize is unfortunate. They don't usually play that, but this deck is a little bit different, I guess. So now we're kind of in trouble. I might need to spoils for Unlife. Because I'll take 10 damage here. I'll draw for my turn, because I might draw an Angel's Grace or an Unlife. In which case I'll just combo off and win. So the matchup instantly goes worse if they play Thoughtseize. The reason it's usually great is they're playing, yeah, no, except for maybe sometimes they play Collective Brutality to discard a card as well as, you know, have some kind of disruption. Sometimes they play that main. But yeah, they don't usually do that because they have cards like Burning Inquiry and Goblin Lore that just discard cards at random, so it's It's hard to be consistent in that way, and they just want to like pump up their hollow one as fast as possible, and not really bother what their opponent is doing. They usually have a sideboard, Thoughtseize and whatnot. Okay, so Death Shadow, it makes sense since he has a Sulphur Springs. Alright, let's see what we draw here. We have a lot of mana. Since I'm at 10 life, I don't like spoils, casting spoils and naming Ad Nauseam, because I'm probably just gonna die. Like, I'll probably lose to like 5 life at least. And then I won't be able to draw many cards at all. So I'm gonna name Unlife here. Hopefully there's one in the top 10 cards. So you just write the card. Oh, that was the next card. So that's good. Now since we're basically hellbent, there's no reason to keep cards in hand. Could have bluffed, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. He's gonna attack me regardless. He's not gonna change what he's doing. Maybe he would have cast a Thoughtseize if I had a Lotus Bloom, I don't know. Alright, so we need top deck Spoilsar and Ad Nauseam, and other than that we have Serum Vision, Sleight of Hands, Opt to help with that. So they don't usually play Death Shadow, so this is kind of a hybrid list. What's this? Garmagon, okay. Yeah, that's standard. Alright. See if we get lucky. Nope. Okay. Yeah, that's why we need ley lines. So I'm gonna side in all of these ley lines. Pact isn't a very good card regardless. And I'll cut a Prism. Since I'm cutting Pact, I like to cut a Spoils because it gets a little bit worse. And then we could play like a Bontus Last Reckoning. I think I'll play 2 of these and cut another Prism. And go with that. In this particular case, like we started out with a good hand, and then we just drew mana, right? We didn't draw any. We basically stayed with the same hand until turn. Well, the turn when we lost, basically, I just drew mana. So a hand like that is obviously going to lose to just one Thoughtseize, but usually it's going to take more than just one to beat you. But sometimes, obviously, if you get a hand without much action at all, you're pretty soft to it. Okay. So that's a bit interesting. We don't have either Ad Nauseam or Angel's Grace. We don't have a ley line either. Kind of want to mulligan this. It's also kind of bad to mulligan against Thoughtseize. Do one mulligan here. Yeah, this hand is much worse. But at least it has a spoils, right? I'm not gonna go lower than this. Temple is... sure, it's fine. So if it plays an Inquisition on turn 1, I might spoils for the Temple. Because I have some mana at least. And then I'll take Painted Prism. I think that's fine. Alright. Oh, he's playing Vengevine too. Alright. Play the Temple here. I don't think there's a rush to playing this Prism. Okay. So if he plays an Inquisition of Kozilek, which only targets 3 or less convert mana cost, I can spoils for Ad Nauseam. In that case, he can't get that. Yeesh. Alright. That's a bit scary. I might want to just get Unlife. I think I wait though. Alright, nice. So, Bonus Last Reckoning, you want to tap your lands next turn, but hopefully he can't cast 2 creatures on his turn. So he can't get back Vengevine immediately. At least it's gonna buy me some life, right? Because he might have played like something like Cathartic Reunion or Goblin Lore or Burning Inquiry, which these would get really big. Colorless mana. It could be a Collective Brutality. No. Cathartic Reunion? Yeah, I think this is a Cathartic Reunion. Okay, another Vengevine. That's scary. Okay. Alright, there's Angel's Grace, so I just need him to not have anything, and then I just survive. If he plays 2 minions here, I think it's gonna be too slow. I'm gonna have to get Phyrexian Unknife. Alright, Thoughtseize, that's unfortunate. That's why I wanted a ley line, that's why I'm gonna get my first hand, even though it's pretty good. Oh, don't have more than one. The fact that he's playing this probably means he just has more than one here. Yeah, there's a Gurmagangler. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is generally a good matchup, but in this case, his deck has like Thoughtseizes. Well, this basically makes a difference. I don't think Vengevine makes much difference against me in particular, but I guess it makes Bontus Last Reckoning worse. I didn't know that after game 1. I didn't see one of these, I don't think. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Okay, so I have to spoils for Unlife here, I think. But then what? Yeah, I think I need to cast Zero Missions, because it's not going to be enough. You spoils for an Angel's Grace and then hope the top deck Phyrexian Unlife. It's basically what I need to do, I think. Sorry about that. Some pollen allergy. Yeah, so I'm gonna get Angel's Grace. I have to get very lucky here. Since I've already cast an Angel's Grace, it's likely that I just die to the spoils. But even if I go to 1, you can tap Seed of Brass, put the damage on the stack, because the damage, it's a mana ability, but the damage thing gets put on the stack, so you can respond to the damage and cast Angel's Grace, which is interesting, but probably won't matter here. Oh, okay. I exiled a ley line. I did exile an Unlife. It's kind of unfortunate, but what can you do? The annoying part here is that I'll have to use both Prism and Spirit Guide to cast Unlife because I'm at 1 life. Again, though, probably won't matter. I'm probably dead here. Like I need to draw one specific card out of, so it's 3 out of 44. It's clearly very unlikely. Okay. Well, there's an Ad Nauseam, but that's not gonna do anything. So problem was like if I had spoils instead of casting Serum Missions last turn, if I had cast spoils for Unlife, I would have to use these plus a Spirit Guide. I drew this of Serum Missions, so this would be exiled. So I would cast the Unlife, and I would have this and this, and the Serum Missions, and 3 lands, and I would go below 0 life. In which case, the next attack it does, he just kills me. So, even if I would draw Ad Nauseam at that point, I would only have 4 mana. So, that's why I went for this line, where I would have to get extremely lucky, and then after that, it's still probably not enough. Alright, that was game 1. Stop the recording here, and then we'll see you in the next match.